Today's real story takes us to a place many of us avoid at all cost. I'm talking about the public bathroom. I don't mean the bathroom in a nice restaurant, hotel, or even at the airport. We're talking about public bathrooms, too many of which you have to hold your breath, avoid touching anything, and get out as fast as possible.
Run away! Run away! Run away!
Why? Because they are disgusting, and some are in places you would expect better. Even a fast food restaurant. They're feeding you, so you expect to have a clean bathroom. Let me give you a fact about public toilets. The United States ranks 30th in the world. That makes us tied with Botswana. I'm not knocking Botswana, where in rural areas a third of the people don't even have access to toilets. So they practice open defecation. You would expect the U.S., the world's biggest superpower, to remember to flush, to clean the toilets, to have a place people can go where their feet don't stick to the floor, where it's not so filthy that it's actually stained the porcelain, where you don't have to walk in somewhere that's a petri dish with so much different bacteria and fungus and viruses that you think, my God, what am I going to catch in here? But according to this article in the Wall Street Journal, Americans have a cultural inability to protect and maintain shared assets. We don't take care of public spaces. Now, this may seem like a creepy, fun, real story, but there's really nothing funny when you desperately need a bathroom and the only option is absolutely disgusting, nauseating, and even dangerous. A few recent headlines. The smart restrooms that can solve Americans' public bathroom crisis. Public portable toilets dubbed Thrones are now available at Detroit's Cadillac Square. Long Beach is testing new public toilets with 10-minute time limits and cell phone entry. Well, that sounds and smells like a great solution, but let's start with the problem. One of my producers pitched this topic after he took a recent trip to New York. Now, he needed to switch trains at Newark, New Jersey's Penn Station, the seventh busiest rail station in the country. Now, Newark Penn is a short walk to the Prudential Center, home to the NHL's Devils and A-list concerts. Next summer, soccer fans from around the world will use the station to get to the World Cup matches in New Jersey. Here's a real problem to this real story. The worst violators are highly unlikely to be listening or watching me talk about this right now. But people who can be part of the solution are very likely to be watching or listening. You would expect decent bathrooms in a high-traffic place like this. But it's a complete opposite. So what do you find there? When my producer walked in, he said homeless men were sleeping in every single stall, their belongings piled at their feet. Men were essentially showering in the sink, urine all over the place, and the most horrific stench. There's a whole thread on Reddit which begins with, use the men's restroom at Newark Penn Station. However bad you think it is, it's 10 times worse. So how does the government let a major train station turn into a homeless site, to a psych ward? Now, some of this stems from a serious homeless issue in America, clearly. As of 2024, the homeless population was about 770,000, and that is probably underreported and undercounted. About 40% are unsheltered, meaning they live on the street, according to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Now, I've addressed it at length and will do so again. In April, New Jersey Transit, the city of Newark, and a handful of other partners launched a Gateway to Hope program, and I quote, to reach, stabilize, and house residents in need near Newark's Penn Station. As part of the program, Prudential, which is based in Newark, they put up a sign that reads, Newark Penn Station, home of Prudential. Now, Prudential, a worth of $36.5 billion. B. You would think they'd be proud enough to clean the bathrooms. We should all be proud enough to take care of our shared spaces. But here's the thing. This isn't just about homeless people that are living somewhere. A significant percentage of them mentally ill and maybe not capable of taking care of themselves and the area in which they live. That's just part of the problem. If businesses won't self-police, then whatever agency licenses that business to operate, clearly they have standards, right? I mean, there's OSHA, there's all kinds of things that a business has to comply with. Why in the world would they not require a level of cleanliness and accessibility to customers? I mean, it's true that homeless are contributors to the problem, as they may be living there and turning the toilets into pigsties, but it's all people. It's everybody. They just walk in and don't take care of the place. And the business doesn't assign somebody to take care of the place. I've been into some bathrooms where it says, this bathroom was last inspected at, and it has the time, by, and a person has to sign their name. Just that little accountability, that bathroom was pretty darn clean. Put somebody in charge, make somebody accountable. And what about all of us that are using the place? It's all people. The real story is not about the bathroom. It's about respect. It's about responsibility. It's about common decency. Now, the driving force behind these so-called smart toilets called the Throne, you can load these things up. You can put them in DC Metro around Detroit, Long Beach, LA. They're free. Everybody can use them. And you're going to be held accountable because you're going to have to check in with your phone. And if you abuse it, then you're not going to be able to use it again. They're going to lock you out. But what percentage are we going to be able to put these thrones around? The chance you're going to run into one of these is pretty small. And they're going to have guidelines like no smoking, and in 10 minutes the door's going to pop open so you can't live there. Okay, so we're going to try to automate this. Got it. That's good. But why do we even need that? It's a great product. Got it. But has it really come to this? Why can't every one of us be responsible for leaving something cleaner than we found it, for being careful about what we do, for not throwing paper towels on the floor? Come on. 99% of public restrooms are going to be the same old restrooms that we've been using for years. And you can have an impact if you will hold yourself accountable, and if you see something that's not there, file a complaint. Let the owner know you will not patronize that establishment as long as their bathroom is a pigsty. Now, I can delve into the psychology behind why we disgrace ourselves in our public bathrooms. You don't show up with a cleaning bucket. You don't show up with a mop. You don't show up with all the stuff to do the cleaning. Not your job. I get that. But you can conduct yourself in a way that doesn't contribute to the problem. Let's pledge to treat ourselves and others with dignity and respect. Don't pee on the seat, flush the toilet, clean up after yourself. We learned that in kindergarten, right? How about you do there what you do at home in your own bathroom so the next person that comes in can do the same thing? And let the proprietor know if it's a filthy pigsty. File a complaint. Let them know. This just gets down to us being lazy. And I'm sure you're thinking, hey, it's not me.
Please disperse. Nothing to see here.
But somebody's doing it. If not you, then who? That's the real question. And that's the real story.
Wherever you're getting The Real Story, make sure you subscribe and follow. I'll see you Monday.
Homeowners, when's the last time you checked on your home title? If your answer is never, then this is for you. Scammers are stealing titles and your equity is the target. Criminals forge your signature and just like that, your home title can be transferred out of your name. That's why I partnered with Home Title Lock, so you can find out today if you're already a victim. Use my promo code PHIL at HometitleLock.com and you'll get a free title history report. Plus, you'll get a free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection. That's 24/7 monitoring of your title. Urgent alerts to any changes, and if fraud does happen, they'll spend up to $1 million to fix it. That's HometitleLock.com, promo code PHIL.